5 species forever. Sumatran rhino. Old paintings. Gillian spent 6 months getting to know and sketching the well-tracked rhinos on Sumatra, where the nature preserves provided ample opportunity to photograph and spend intimate moments with them during mealtimes. She experimented with fan brushes for portraying their reddish hair, which was naturally trimmed while they foraged the local vegetation. She found that her scraper was perfect for creating a matted quality on the rhinos who'd just been wallowing in the mud. In 1 month on the Malay Peninsula, she scrutinized 20 different rhinos as they darted by, busy and alone. The conservationist gave her camera trap images on Borneo, so those 2 weeks saw her dipping into her green paints more often, in order to capture their fuzzy night vision quality. Gillian had chosen her subjects with a deliberation uncharacteristic of most of the artists at the Institute. "Why rhinos?" her advisor had said. "If you insist on rhinoceroses, make it easy on yourself. Black rhinos are the supermodels of the bunch. Smooth skin, balanced proportions, 2 hefty horns. But Sumatrans? Maybe you're going for cuddly with all that hair, but really, they look like overgrown rats with big clown noses. And those pitiful little horns." "They're the oldest species," explained Gillian. "They're the direct descendants of the woolly rhinoceros. I can't think of a better way to reach into the past with my painting." Historical mammals was an accepted track at the Institute, so the advisor couldn't argue with the logic. Gillian soon found that the past might be all the Sumatran rhinoceros had. She took her sketchbook to the zoo, and the keepers were happy to tell her that the rhino she was studying, Andalas, had been born in Cincinnati and would soon be shipped to Sumatra to increase the genetic diversity of the core population. "How many of them are left?" asked Gillian. "Fewer than 150, came the sober reply, and the phrase resonated in Gillian's creative chambers. She would have to work fast, and she would have to immerse herself, inhabit the same areas as her subjects. Gillian's thesis project, a series of 150 painstakingly lifelike 9x11 portraits of each Sumatran rhino left on Earth, earned her degree from the Institute without special fanfare. The trouble she encountered placing the portraits in a gallery, any gallery, sent her in the direction of more marketable subjects like jackrabbits and roadrunners. She covered all 4 walls of her studio shack with her rhinos and let their wistfulness pervade her work. 10 years later, Gillian received the last of several rapid-fire offers for her beloved rhinos. The thick stack of legal language stipulated $1 million for each painting, provided all 150 stayed together, with a good faith deposit due at signing and the balance on delivery to New York. The page's sharp greed cut her hands, and she bled. She dropped the papers into the wastebasket. She eyed a book of matches and thought how the fire would make ash of the aggressive words and the spots of her blood. She wiped tears away and was taking the rhinos from the walls, wrapping them in fragrant linens, and lining them up on the floor when her former advisor came to visit. "This rhino's name was Bina. She used to eat out of my hand. Her sweet little lip would graze my palm ever so gently," said Gillian before she wrapped the picture and set it aside for the next. "Harapan really loved me. He would come up for me to pet him as soon as he saw me. He loved having his nose patted. And this one was called Joy in the Bahasa language. I never heard a more appropriate name." "You're packing them up. Does this mean you've accepted an offer for them?" asked the advisor. "I'm here to help you sort through the bids and choose the most advantageous." "I'm sure you're aware of the lucrative details of the offers I've received for these portraits," replied Gillian. "It's a part of your job now as an art appraiser to know what the hot commodities are going for. But no, I haven't accepted any of them." "Great! I got here in time. Let me be your agent, and these rhinos can set you up for life." She shook her head. "Set up for life," she whispered. The last painting came off the wall and joined the others in 4 coffin-sized blocks. Gillian bent and lifted with her legs, although her arms barely reached around the bulk. "Let me help you," said the advisor. "Where are you taking them? Can I have them?" They carried the paintings between them and laid them to rest in the middle of the lawn. These rhinos survived for 50 million years and never did a single thing to harm a human. And now we've wiped them out in a single generation. "They're all dead," said Gillian. "Some people want to shove money at me now that I've painted something that's extinct, but I refuse to contribute to my friend's indignity by profiting from it. A world that kills rhinos without a thought for future generations doesn't even deserve to look at their pictures." Before the advisor's wondering eyes, Jillian struck a match and tossed it atop the pyre. The turpentine-soaked rags went up in flames. The advisor reached out, but Jillian stayed his hand. Already the smell of scorched fibers and melting pigments reached her nose. As the afternoon went on, the scents settled and blended with the black smoke to create lasting traces of death and absence in her studio space. By the morning, every last Sumatran rhino portrait had joined the originals, gone from the world.